Scooby-Doo is one of the most memorable cartoons to date. If you've seen it, you know. If you haven't seen it, well, you still probably know a lot of these scenes. Today I'm going to cover the 10 best episodes of the original cartoon. Welcome back to Laffy Toon. Let's get into the video. Number 10, Foul Play in Funland. First up is Foul Play in Funland. This episode aired on November 1st, 1969 and is the 8th episode of season 1. This episode is the first time that there was no one behind the mask and it was actually a human man controlling it from nearby. In this episode, the gang hangs out on the beach while waiting for a nearby theme park to open. What they did not expect was to already be haunted by a masked figure on its first days of opening. Number 9, What the Heck is Going On? October 18th, 1969 is when the 6th episode of season 1 aired. The episode is called What the Heck is Going On? With this creative name, there are some creative things going on in this episode. One of them is Shaggy showing off his ventriloquy skills. The gang hopes to hang out with their friend Sharon's house, but when they show up, the worst possible thing happened. Sharon's uncle disappeared. Number 8, Spooky Space Kook. On the night of December 20th, 1969 is when the 15th episode of the first season aired. This episode marks the last episode that would air in the year 1969. The gang decides to check out an airfield that is being stalked by a spooky alien ghost. This monster scares the gang so much that Fred is the one that tells the gang to flee instead of just Scooby and Shag. Number 7, Decoy for a Dog Napper. October 11th, 1969 is when this spooky 5th episode aired on CBS. A fun fact about this episode is that it is believed that it was not only Shaggy's first Scooby snack on TV, but the first of his life. This mystery takes place close to home when a bunch of dog nappings occur. All is well until tragedy strikes when Scooby is kidnapped in the process of the investigation. Number 6, Haunted House Hang-Up. Haunted House Hang-Up aired on October 10th, 1970 and marks the 5th episode of the 2nd season. Oh jeepers, it's the Headless Spectre. In this episode, the gang heads out to rock out during a concert. On their way to the show, they go down an abandoned road and run into a farmer who warns of a haunted mansion. He suggests that something spooky is going on there. Instead of going to the concert, they discover a headless man roaming the grounds of the mansion. Number 5, Jeepers, It's the Creeper. The Ghost aired on November 22nd, 1969 and marks the iconic line, "Yes, and I'd have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for these blasted kids and their dog." The gang is on another trip, and this time they are heading to Franken Castle. When driving, they see a cart with fortune tellers. The gang approaches and their fortune teller warns them not to go to the castle. She says bad things will happen if they do. Guess what? They didn't listen. Number 3, Which Witch is Which? The next episode is episode 13 of the first episode, Which Witch is Which, which aired on December 6, 1969. When Scooby and the gang are heading back from a fishing trip, they make a smart decision to take a shortcut through dark and creepy swamps. When they get lost, they see a man walking and ask for directions. What they didn't notice is that they did not ask a man, but a zombie. Number 2, Scooby's Night with a Frozen Fright. Scooby's Night with a Frozen Fright is the 3rd episode of the 2nd season and aired on September 26, 1970. This episode is kind of a legendary one, as it was the first time the gang was called Meddling Kids, a gag that would be a part of the show for decades to come. In this episode, Shaggy is fishing in the sea. He tries to catch a fish, but instead reels in a caveman frozen in a block of ice. The kids decide the best thing to do is to take it to the closest aquarium. When they drop it off, the real mystery begins to unfold. Number 1, A Night of Fright is No Delight. One of the best episodes of this original Scooby-Doo show, according to IMDb, is A Night of Fright is No Delight. This episode is a part of the first season and premiered on CBS on January 10th, 1970. A fun fact about this episode is that it is the first show the whole gang is in different outfits than the original ones. They're shown in their PJs. The episode reveals that, due to Scooby's bravery, he was included in the will of a millionaire. Scooby will get his inheritance if he and a bunch of other people can spend one night in the colonel's mansion. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. Turns out the mansion is haunted, of course. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.